You're here at BNC News at 6 with your anchor FLEUR. Tonight's top stories. The fighting against Colonel Gaddafi continues in East Tripoli, Libya, as more international airstrikes take place. Police cuts are speculated over as frontline officers continue to suffer the most. Fighting in Libya between rebels and forces loyal to Libyan leader Colonel Gaddafi has been continuing in key cities after a fifth consecutive night of airstrikes by international forces. Overnight, several loud explosions were heard in the capital, Tripoli, and in the rebel-held city of Misrata, east of Tripoli, and government tanks have been shelling the area near the hospital. There have also been reports of fierce fighting between rebels and pro-Gaddafi forces in smaller towns near the capital, and residents fleeing the area described shelling, gunshots and houses on fire. There are reports of Western airstrikes hitting the Tajura district of the capital, Libyan military sources and media have said. The no-fly zone in Libya is being strengthened, Vice Admiral Bill Gortney has said at a Pentagon briefing. Command and control capabilities are still being targeted, the Director of US Joint Staff added. Stop killing your own people was the message to the Libyan forces loyal to Gaddafi that he told the news conference. Police budgets and pay have recently been speculated over, as some say the money for the force is unnecessary. The police workers on the front line will face the cuts the worst. And Tony Rayner, the chairman of the Essex Police Federation, says that inevitably the front line is going to suffer due to these cuts. Now, the news near you, FLEUR, BNC News.
Welcome to North West Tonight. Tonight's top stories: Liverpool University's rising tuition fees, and last night's Red Nose Day appeal and what you've been doing for comic relief. The University of Liverpool has become the first in the North West to recommend an increase in tuition fees to the highest amount of £9,000 a year. The university is following in the steps of Oxford and Cambridge, who are also in favour of the fee rise. A representative for the university says that the increase in fees is to enhance the students' experience. Last night's Comic Relief programme was a huge success, as you helped raise a record-breaking £74.3 million. Celebrities like Davina McCall, James Corden and the In-Betweeners all came together to do something funny for money. Now, the school news and the sport with Liam and Chloe.
Recent studies show that school students' view on their school and school environment has changed dramatically since the time when it's a privilege to study, compared to an almost obligation in the eyes of a new generation. When interviewing an ex-pupil from Royal Grammar School for Girls who went to school in 1947, said that they knew a lot more personal things about their teachers, such as if they were married, also if all of their teachers were female and usually reasonably young. They also did more things outside of school, but hardly anything in school because they never had the facilities, unlike the great facilities schools have today. Here with me now is a Year 7 pupil, who we asked what her opinion on school was. What do you think of when you think of your first year experience at school?
There's lots of work and there's already enough stress.
It seems like students nowadays take for granted the great facilities and learning environment they have, compared to how privileged the older generation of students felt about school. According to recent studies, many pupils are put off by school by the amount of stress on exams at such an early age. Chloe Taylor, Royal Grammar School for Girls, BNC News.
I'm here outside Twickenham, the home of British rugby, and behind me is the place where England have scored 12 tries in their first 4 games. The English team have played and won 5 games so far now and are at the top of the league table. The team triumphed against Italy with a landslide 59-13 last month, and without one of their top players, Mike Tyndall, who recently got engaged to the equestrian and royal Zara Phillips. The couple are due to marry on the 30th of July this year. Hopefully this sunny weather will stay for the rest of the Six Nations tournament. Here's Chloe Taylor with the weather where you are. Leave me and Twickenham, BNC News.
Today, rain for southern Britain in the morning, showers wintry on higher grounds, spreading through to Northern Ireland and much of Scotland. Dry and sunny elsewhere, with the cloud and rain in the south clearing away with the southeastward wind. Temperatures reaching maximum 6 degrees and chilly -2 degrees in northern Scotland. Chloe Taylor.
That's all from us here at BNC News at 6. Thank you and good night.